Greetings from Minneapolis, or Moneyappolis. I'm here at the famous Quality Learning Center. I guess they fixed it. It says learning now. So let's talk about this fraud. Are there Somali daycares that are taking money from the government? I'm sure they get subsidies. Is the Learning Center real? Yeah. A lot of Somalians are illiterate. We'll talk about that in a minute. They do black out their windows. Do Somalians get preference for social benefits over citizens? Heck yeah! Everybody knows it. They get rental assistance. They get food stamps. And Americans have to fight for the scraps that are left over. So of course that's going to create a lot of tension, especially when you see them running around in nice cars. Is there fraud? I don't have the receipts. If I believe it, I'm a racist, Islamophobic, MAGA, fascist, Nazi, you name it. If I deny it, well, Somalians deny it. Waltz blames white people.
This is what happens when they target communities for their own benefit. This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea of white supremacy.
Is the Feeding Our Future scam real? Yeah. It's a real court case. There was real theft. But what about the COVID Wall Street rescue plan? What was that? The largest upwards wealth transfer in history. From the working class to the elite on Wall Street. Let's talk about Ukraine. Ever since 2014, when Victoria Nuland overthrew the government, installed a neo-Nazi fascist puppet regime to shell and kill and murder ethnic Russians in Ukraine, our government has given them over $200 billion with a B dollars, including loans. Let's talk about is not real, that settler colony in Palestine. Since 1946, our government, our taxes that we work for, has given is not real over $300 billion with a B. And they get free health care, and they get free college. And what do we get? We got massive homelessness, and massive unemployment, and massive debt. So why Somalians? Why now? What's this really about? It doesn't take a rocket scientist. It's about real estate. It's like McDonald's. Location, location, location. In the philosophy of geopolitics, empires of the sea hold on to power by controlling trade routes and holding back development to eliminate competition for their products. And they underdevelop the workers. And they keep them enslaved. While empires of the land, like Russia and China, and America has the potential to be so, they develop relationships with their neighbors, and they trade, and they build up their cities, and they invest in their people with their resources. So, why is Somalia so important? Well, let's look at a map. You got the Gulf of Aden, you got the Red Sea, and you got Yemen. Remember those Houthis, those terrorists that were blocking ships in the Red Sea from delivering weapons to is not real as they're slaughtering innocent Palestinians? Well, those Houthis are fighting against the economic system of imperialism, globalism, that is holding back development and funding endless wars. And they support the right of Palestinians to live on their own land. And let's not forget, Israel just recognized Somaliland, a breakaway region of Somalia. What does is not real want with Somaliland? Are they going to put military bases there to fight against Yemen? Are they going to displace whatever Palestinians are left in Gaza and the West Bank? The United States installed four military bases in 2024 in Somalia to help the Somalian government to stabilize and to fight terrorism, the Al-Shabaab terrorists. Well, where'd they come from? Let me give you a little history. During the Middle Ages, Somalia was a very important trading hub, and it was ruled by powerful emperors until the 1800s, when it was colonized by the British and the Italians. Finally, in 1960, they gained their independence. But since 93, the US has been meddling in their country, giving them aid, fighting terrorism. In 2006, Al-Shabaab fought against an Ethiopian invasion that was backed by the United States and lost. And now they swear loyalty to Al-Qaeda. That's convenient. Where have I heard Al-Qaeda? Oh yeah, Syria. Al-Qaeda is on our side in Syria. Al-Jolani, a man with a bounty on his head, was invited to be a guest of honor at the White House. Why is that? So what's the result of all this? We have instability. We have a country that is primarily nomads, herders, those noble savages that the woke people worship. So how does that help anybody? It only helps Wall Street, an imperialism, globalism, economic system. So what's the alternative?
And we're clear about what we're for. We're for a government of action that fights for working families. We're for a national bank to replace the corrupt credit system of the United States, a bank that injects credit into communities where the purse strings of the nation are held in public hands, and the lending of money is done strategically in an overall economic vision for making a stronger country. We are for public control of our natural resources, oil, natural gas, coal, timber. These things should be in the public budget. We are for a jobs program to hire millions of Americans and put them to work building a strong country, paving the roads, building new high-speed railway, building new universities and schools, building new power plants, etc., a new works progress administration, a mass program to rebuild the United States and the infrastructure. And finally, we are for an economic bill of rights, like Roosevelt had proposed, the right to a job, the right to housing, the right to education, not as a handout, but rather as an investment in the nation, because it is human labor power that is the source of all wealth. And so if you want to have a strong economy, you need to utilize the labor power of every person. You need to educate the public. You need the public to be physically fit, strong, and healthy. So as an investment in the nation, we invest in our people. And all of this centers around a perspective that we call innovationism.
Well, we at the Center for Political Innovation understand that the way forward is to build a serious organization to demand a government of action that fights for working families and not for Wall Street.